Okay, so uh, we will continue with the topic, and today we will see the Milnes method for solving the ordinary differential equation. Okay, so this Milnes method, more or less, it is very much similar to your Euler's method and Runge-Kutta method. But there is a basic difference in this method that the points, initial points which is given, it is not just one point, it involves actually 4 points. Okay, so here, if you see graphically, so let me draw over here. Okay, so here what happens is, if you have a curve which is like this, okay, and you have now 4 points. Okay, so these 4 points, let us say this is your p0, this is your p1, this is your p2, and this is your p3. Okay, so if you know the previous 4 points, so definitely the prediction of the point which is there next to p3, that will be more accurate. Okay, so in earlier methods like Euler's method or Runge-Kutta method, we have only one point and we are taking, or we are predicting the location of the next point with the help of slope. Okay, so sometimes the slope is downwards, sometimes slope is upwards. So what happens is, if you use this particular method, it will take care of the previous points. So accordingly, the prediction will be even more accurate. Okay, so here the issue is like this. We have now this points, like this will be your x0, this will be your x1, this will be your x2, and this will be your x3. So here the distance between this x1, x2, and x3, it will be constant. Okay, so if it is not constant, no, then you cannot use this particular method. It has to be a constant. Okay, so these 4 points will be given to you, like the here. Here you will have y0, here you will have y1, here you will have something like y2, and here you will have y3. So all these points, they will be available with you. Okay, and using the equation which is given by the Milnes, now we can predict the possible next point. Okay, but here the thing is, the prediction is possible only for the next point which is located exactly at a distance of h. Okay, so you cannot predict a point which is not in multiples of h. Okay, it has to be in multiples of h only. So here, with the help of the back tracing of the previous 4 points, now you can easily predict the point p4. Okay, where x4 will be definitely x3 plus h. Okay, only thing is, we have to find out now y4. Okay, so for calculation of the y4, we have to use two equation. One is y4 predicted and one is y4 corrected. So Milnes has given uh, two equations. So the first equation is like y4 corrected, sorry, y4 predicted is y0. Okay, so let me write down over here. This is y0 plus we have 4h by 3. Okay, multiplied by, we have I think 2 times f1. Okay, minus 2 times, sorry, minus f2, plus we have 2 times f3. Okay, so where f1, f2, and f3, they are nothing but the function values. Okay, so here the function value will be nothing but your dy by dx, that is nothing but the slope. Okay, so here this f is nothing but your dy by dx. This is nothing but the function of x as well as function of y. So dy by dx is nothing but the slope. So equation of the slope will be given to you. Based on that, you have to calculate what is the slope at f1, at point 1, what is the slope at point 2, and what is the slope at point 3. Remember, our initial point is 0. Okay, we are starting with 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we are not starting with 1, we are starting with 0. Okay, So this equation is going to give you the value of y4, which is a predicted value. It is not the exact value, it's a predicted value. So with the help of another equation, which is called as a corrected equation, you have to find out the value of the exact answer. So y4 corrected will be something like y2 plus we have h by 3 multiplied by f2, okay, plus 4 times f3 plus f4. Okay, so this is the corrected equation, right? Again, the f2 and f3 you might have calculated in the previous, that is predicted equation. We also have f2 and f3. Okay, so this value, so you can take the same value over here, okay, and you can take same value over here. To calculate f4, we have to use the value of x4 and y4 predicted, because in the previous equation y4 predicted will be known to you. So accordingly you will get the values of y4 predicted. Okay, so let us try to solve one problem example. Okay, so just to demonstrate this, we will take one simple problem. So for this, the dy by dx is known to us. Okay, so here the value of function is nothing but it's a function of x and y. It is nothing but dy by dx, and the dy by dx is given to you as x minus y square. Okay, so this is the slope. At the same time, in the Milnes method, we need to have the four initial points, that is P0, P1, P2, and P3. So for this entire table is now available with us. Just let me copy and paste. This is going to save my typing part. Okay. So here you can see the values of x and y. They are now available, or they are basically given. Okay, I hope they are visible to everybody now. Okay, so these are the initial points which are given to us, right? So now we need to find out what will be the next value, what will be the predicted and corrected value for the x equals to 0.8. Okay, because in the Milnes method the h value we cannot change, so h value is already defined, because if you see the distance between two consecutive values of x is zero point 0.2. Okay, so 0, then 0.2, then 0.4, then 0.6, so definitely next will be 0.8 and 1.0. So we have to just use this Milnes method to find out the uh, possible position of the point. Okay, so now for this purpose what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this table. Okay, so let me expand this table, and I don't know whether I'll be able to insert to the right. Yeah, it is possible. Okay, so here I am just going to write the f value, that is a function value. So f value is nothing but the value which is given to you, that is x minus y square. Okay, so this is nothing x minus y square. So we already have the values of x and y on the left side. So if you substitute this, so this is going to become x1, sorry, f1. So f1 is nothing but x1, sorry, this is 0 point. Okay, so this is a 0 point. So what I'll do, I'll insert one more column just to avoid the confusion. Okay, uh, just a moment please. So table, insert to the left. Okay, so this is point, so this is point number 0, point number 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is sufficient. So this will be the value here, the value will be f of 0. Okay, f of 0 is nothing but x0 minus y0 square, so definitely this will be 0. Okay, and here the value will be f1, and this will be x minus y square, so this is going to become x0 minus y0, sorry, x1 minus y1 square, so this will be nothing but 0 0.2 minus 0.02 ka square. How much is that?
0.1996. 996.
0.1996. Good. Then this will be F2. So this will be x2 minus y2 square, that is zero point 0.2 minus 0.0795 ka square. How much is that? 3936. Okay, please maintain 4 digits. Okay, then this will be F3. So this will be zero point 0.6 minus 0.1762 ka square, 0.5689. Okay, so this is basically you have found out the values of f1, sorry, f0, f1, f2 and f3. Okay, so now let us quickly use the equation which is given by the Euler's, sorry, given by the Milnes. Okay, so what Milnes equation says here. Okay, so let me write down over here, say solution. Okay, so what this Milnes equation says, that is y4 predicted should be. Okay, so y4 predicted should be, I have already written the equation above. So this will be y0 plus, this is 4h upon 3 into 2 times f1 minus then f2 plus we have 2 times f3. Okay, so this is the equation which is given by the Milnes. Okay, so all we have to do is just substitute the values over here. So here if you see the y0, so this is nothing but the value of y0. Okay, so here this will be 0. Okay, plus 4 upon 3 into h. So h is the distance between two consecutive values of x, so this is nothing but 0.2. Okay, then this will be multiplied with 2 times f1. So this is the function value at point 1. So right now you can see this is 0.1996. So this is 0.1996 minus f2. So this is nothing but the value of f2. Okay, so here this value is something like 0.3936. Okay, plus 2 times f3. So this is the value of f3 over here. Okay, so this will be 0.5689. Okay, so your y4 predicted will be, someone give me the values please.
0.3049.
0.3049. Okay, so remember this value is a predicted value. This is not the correct value, this is a predicted value. So we have to apply a correction to it using a equation which is given by the Milnes. So y4 corrected will be something like y2 plus h by 3 into, we have f2 plus 4 times f3 plus f4. Okay, so now you already know the value of f2, you know already the value of f3, you don't know the value of f4. Okay, so your f4 is nothing but the function of x4 and y4 predicted, because y4 correct value we have not yet found out. So the equation which is given to us, it is x minus y square. So x will be replaced with x4, y will be replaced with y4 corrected, sorry, y4 predicted. So basically your x4 value will be 0.8. Okay, because if you expand this, so this will be the fourth point, the corresponding this value will be 0.8. Okay, so now I think I have made some mistake. Okay, okay, let me do it one more time. So this is fourth point, this is 0.8. Okay, so here the this will be something like 0.4 minus the predicted value is 0.3049 isca square. So how much is this? F of 4? 77 7070. Okay, so this is the value of f4. So all we have to do is just substitute the values now. So your y2 value is this value. Okay, sorry, not this value. Y2 value is this value. Okay, so this will be 0.0795 plus h is zero point 0.2 divided by 3. F of 2 is 0. I think 3936 plus 4 times f of 3 is 0.5689 plus f of 4 just now we have calculated, that is 0.7070. So ultimately you will be getting the value of y4 corrected. Sorry, 0.304945
4 5.
बराबर है. Someone please cross check. Let me check also. 45 ठीक है, चलेगा. Okay, so final answer will be this one. Okay, so let me put it in bold, 0.3045. Okay, so this is the actual answer, that is the value of y4. This can be calculated using a simple Euler's method. Okay, is it clear to everybody? Okay, so now what we will do, we will expand this and we'll try to find out what will be the location at 1.0. Okay, so now for this purpose we have to use the similar type of equation. So we have to go for predicted and we have to go for even corrected also. Okay, so here now we will be working on now y5 predicted. Okay, so we will be using a similar equation which we have already used over here. Okay, so now only thing is one subscript will be now increased. So in place of y0 now you will have y1. Okay, one subscript will be simply increased. So here the equation will be something like y1 plus 4h upon 3. Now this will be 2 times, this will be f2 minus this will be f3 plus 2 times you will have f4. Okay, but if you refer your table, you don't have the value of f4, because earlier we have calculated the value of f4 over here, but this value we have calculated using the predicted value of y4, not the corrected value. Okay, so very first thing you have to do is you have to calculate this value using the corrected value of y4. So this is nothing but x minus y square. So this will be 0.8 minus 0.3045 ka square. How much is that? 7, 70 and 72. So you can see the value of f4 which we have calculated using predicted value, it was 7070 and here it is 7072. There is a slight difference. Okay, not much difference is there, but we have to use this value. So if you substitute the values in this equation, so y1 will be now 0.02 plus 4 into 0.2 divided by 3 multiplied by 2 times f2 will be 0.3936 minus f3 is 0.5689 plus 2 times f of 4 is 0.7072. Now what will be the predicted value?
0.4553.
Someone please cross check. 0.5653.
3.
Yes. कितना आ रहा है? 4553. All right. Right. So this is the value of predicted one. Yes, any doubt? Yeta? So this is the predicted value, but now using this predicted value, now you have to calculate the function value, that is f5. So f5 will be something like f of x5 y5 predicted. So this is nothing but x minus y square. Okay, so your x will be replaced with x5, okay, and y will be replaced with y5 predicted. Okay, so x5 is 1.0 and y5 just now we have calculated, that is 0.4553 ka square. How much is this?
Zero point
Sorry,
seven two seven.
7927. Someone please cross check. Correct? 7927. Okay, so now we have to use then the corrected equation. So we are going to use the same corrected equation, but the subscript will be now increased by 1. So your y5 corrected will be, in place of y2 now you will have y3 plus h upon 3 into f2 के जगह पे आएगा f3 प्लस 4 टाइम्स f3 की जगह आएगा f4 प्लस f of 4 की जगह आएगा f of 5. Okay, so your y3 value, is basically 0.1762. Okay, plus this will be zero point 0.2 divided by 3. Your f3 value is 0.5689 plus 4 times f4 is 0.7072 plus f of 5 just now we have calculated, that is 0.7927. So this is going to give me the corrected value of Wi-Fi. 0.4. Is it so? Hmm? So the final answer here, the value will be 0.45. Okay. So in this way, you have to proceed further and you can get the solutions. Okay. Method is simple. Okay. You just have to remember two equations and you have to go in the sequential fashion. The only problem with this method is you cannot have the intermediate value. Okay, like you, if you have a data with the h of zero point 0.2, just now we have seen, so the predicted value will be there at the, in the multiples of h only, that is in the multiples of zero point 0.2 only. Okay, so if you want to know what is the point at zero point 0.9, so in this method it is not possible. But if you use the Euler's method or Runge-Kutta method, so you have the point, you have only one point, initial point. So from that you can take as many intervals as possible and you can get up to that particular value. Okay. I hope this is clear to everybody, including online students. Yes, online students, is it clear to everybody? Someone please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think there is some issue with my speaker. I'm not able to hear you, but I'm assuming that you are not having any
Yes, sir.
doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I am not taking another problem for this method. Okay, because this is quite simple, so we will directly start with the coding part. Okay, so this will complete all 3 units. Okay, just let me stop sharing. गोपू जी बोल दिया है. Yes, online students, can you see me or is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So we will continue now. Okay. So this is the interface of C. I am going to create a new file, okay, and I am going to save this file. Let us say MILN, okay, that is Milnes method, okay. So you can see at the top over here, the Milnes method MILN.cpp is now created, okay. So let me start with the basic syntax hash include stdio dot h, okay, and then hash include unio dot h void main clear screen hch, and your program is over, okay. So this is basically a syntax, okay. Now if you refer the uh, equations of Miller's method, we have y4 predicted, okay. So y4 predicted is, what is the equation? Someone please tell me. Sorry, y0
Plus
plus 4 into h divided by 3 multiplied by, in bracket we have 2 times f1 minus f2 plus 2 times f plus 2 into f3, okay. So this is the basic equation of y4 predicted, sorry, f3, okay. So this is the basic equation of your uh, predicted equation of Milnes method, okay. So in order to calculate this y4 predicted, you should know what is y0, you should know what is h, you should know what is f1, you should know what is f2, you should know what is f3. Rubber, right? So what I'm going to do is, let me first of all try to give the value of f1, f2, and f3. Okay. So how you write f1? F1 is nothing but f1 is nothing but x1 minus y1 square. Okay. So this is x1 minus y1 into y1. I can use power also. Okay. So this is f1. So this is sorted now, okay. This is sorted, okay. So we this value will be taken from this equation, but in order to calculate the value of f1, you should know what is x1 and you should also know what is y1, okay. So on the similar lines, what you can do is, let me copy this and let me paste this one more time. So here I'm going to use the same expression, but everything now I'm going to replace 1 with 2. So this is the expression of f2, okay. But in order to calculate f2, I should know x2 as well as y2, okay. So on the similar lines, I can write the same expression for 3 also. So this is f3, this is x3, this is y3, this is also y3. Again, in order to calculate this, we should know what is x3 and what is y3. Okay. So what we will do, first of all, we will define all these values. Okay. So here I'll say x1 equals to, someone tell me value of x1 please. I think it is 0.2. No, it is 0. 0.2. Okay. I'm just putting a tab over here and then I'm writing down the value of y1. This is also not going to create any trouble. What is the value of y1? 0.02, okay, semicolon. On the similar lines, I am going to write down x2 also. So x2 is 0.4 semicolon, okay, and your y2 equals to kitna? So this is your y2. On similar lines, I am going to write x3 equals to 0.6 semicolon, and this will be y3 equals to kitna? 1762. Okay. So the x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3 are known. So since all those values are known, you can successfully calculate f1, f2 and f3, which can be used over here in the bottommost expression. Now in the bottom expression, we don't know the value of y0. Okay, तो हमको y0 भी define करना पड़ेगा. So I'll write x0 equals to, ये आएगा आपका 0.0. Okay, and the value of y0 will be कितना है? 0.0. Okay, so now you also know now what is the value of y0. Okay, now only part which is remaining is this h. H is not known. Basically h is nothing but the difference between the two consecutive values of x. So I can write h equals to, I can directly write x1 minus x0. Okay, or I can write x2 minus x1, or I can write x3 minus x2, one and the same thing. Okay, so let me write down x1 minus x0. Okay, minus x0. So we have now the value of y0, we know the value of h, we know the value of f1, f2 and f3. All values are known to me, so I can easily just print the value of y4 predicted. So printf %f, okay, and here I'm going to write y4 predicted value. Let me save this. Okay, it's a very simple straightforward sequential program. Okay, so let me execute this. I hope there are no errors. There are 13 errors. Yes, can anybody tell me? Yes, what are the errors? We have not defined the values. Okay, so we have not defined the float. So this will be x0 comma x1 comma x2 comma x3 comma y0 comma y1 comma y2 comma y3. Okay, apart from this we have to define h and y4 predicted. Okay, y4 predicted, and we have to define f1, f2 and f3 also. So total कितने variable है? 13. Okay, because of that we have received 13 errors, and hopefully if you compile this, you are not getting any error, you are not getting any warning, right? So let me execute this. So you are getting the value of y4 predicted as 0.304914. Is it same? Let me check also. Okay, so the predicted value, this was here, you can see 0.3049. Okay, so we are getting the same answer. Okay, so now this is the predicted value. Now we have to go for the correction. Okay, so for correction we are using one more variable, that is y4 corrected equals to. Okay, so can somebody tell me, this is I think y2 plus h divided by 3 multiplied by, okay, this is f2, then plus 4 into f3 plus f4. Okay, so here you see we have already calculated the value of y2 is already defined. So y2 is basically, y2 is over here. Okay, this is the value of y2, and as far as h is concerned, h we have calculated over here also. Okay, and f2 we have calculated over here, and f3 we have calculated over here. We have not yet calculated the value of f4. Okay, so before calculation of f4 corrected, we have to calculate the value of f4. So this will be, f4 is nothing but x4. Okay, and this is y4 and this is y4. Okay, so y4 is not going to work because it has to be y4 predicted. Okay, so now I have introduced two more variables, one is f4 and y4 corrected. So I have to define them. So here I'll be using comma y4 corrected, and at the end, okay, you can put it in different sequence also, there is not an issue. So I'm just putting y4 f4 over here. So all the variables are not defined. Now in place of printing y4 predicted, now I'll be printing y4 corrected. Okay, so let me save this and let me execute this. So I'm getting one error. because x4 symbol we have not yet defined. Okay, so we have to define the value of x4, and at the same time we have to give the value also. Okay, so here I'm going to put x4 over here, and before doing this we should know what is the value of x4. So x4 is nothing but x3 plus h. Simple. Okay, so let us execute this. So this is going to give me the corrected value, and if you refer your notes, this is 46. Okay, I am getting 4555. I don't know why. Let me check the code. uh, y4 corrected is y2. Okay, sometimes it happens. Okay, let me close this. ये इस प्रोग्रामिंग का थोड़ा सा इशू है, अपना कंपाइलर का इशू है. सो I have to close this, and I have to open it one more time. It happens sometimes. Okay, so not to worry. Okay, so let me execute this, and hopefully this time still I am getting this. I don't know why. Y4 corrected. Why this is happening? I don't know. This is Y2. Okay, I'm printing Y4 corrected only, right? Y4 predicted plus this and this. Have you? I mean, ये equation बराबर है क्या? Is this correct? Is it h by 3? Yes, it looks good. This is y2 plus h by 3. This is this and this and this. I don't know why. Uh, x4 is x3 plus h. X4 minus y4 predicted. Okay, this is okay. Uh, this is y4 predicted, and this. Okay, let me execute it one more time. I'm getting one error. Okay. तुम लोगों ने कैलकुलेशन सही किया है क्या रे? हैं? बराबर है क्या कैलकुलेशंस? ओके, लेट मी चेक बिकॉज आई हैव आल्सो डन द कैलकुलेशंस. मेरे हिसाब से तो 3046 आना चाहिए. कंप्यूटर जो बता रहा है वो करेक्ट है. दिस आई ऑलरेडी कैलकुलेटेड. प्लीज चेक योर कैलकुलेशंस. ओके, तो नहीं, ये जो तुम लोगों ने कैलकुलेट किया है. Okay, this is 3045. Okay, I was seeing this F5. We have to see this value 3045. 3045, and how much we are getting? We are getting 3046. Okay, that's okay. That's perfectly fine because there is a round of possibility. Okay, so everything is okay. There is no need to worry. Program is working perfectly fine. Okay, so this is a sequential programming, right? Have you understood this? इसमें किसी को कुछ डाउट है? नहीं. So now what we will do, we will modify this for looping. So if you want to predict next 4 or 5 points, so the same program can also be used over here. Okay, so now for this purpose I'll be using a simple two variables. Okay, one is I, that is for counting purpose, and one is n. Okay, so n is basically your number of points which you want to predict. Okay, so here uh, n will be given to you. So n is, let us say, 2 points. Okay, so now for this purpose we are going to use a simple for loop. So for, okay, for in bracket I equals to 0 semicolon I less than n semicolon I plus plus. Okay, and then I am going to copy and paste, or rather I should move this entire portion in the body of the loop, including the print statement. Okay. So now what is going to happen over here is when you start the program, you have all the values of x0, y0, x1, y1, so on, and up to n. Okay. This h can be removed because h has to be calculated only once. So let me remove this. Okay. So let me cut and paste this. We will calculate it over here. So h value will be, it is not a part of loop. So it will calculate h. So once all the input is known, so it will calculate f1, f2, f3. It will calculate y4 predicted. It will calculate x4. Then it will calculate f4. Then it will calculate y4 corrected, and then it is going to print y4 predicted and y4 corrected. So this is going to form one cycle. So once this one cycle is done, it will go back one more time at the top, and then again it is going to calculate f1, f2, f3, y4 predicted, x4, y4, and then y4 corrected, and the same value will be printed. Okay, so you will get the same values two times. Okay, so let me put a slash n over here so that the second cycle output will be there in the second line. So if I execute this, let me save this first. Okay, and let me execute this. So the same values will be repeated two times. Okay, why this has happened? Because for the second cycle I have not updated the values of x and y, because you remember when we have gone for the second cycle, all the subscripts are increased by 1. So x0, in place of x0 you have written x1, in place of y0 you have written y1. Okay, so all the subscript has to be changed for the second cycle. So for this purpose all you have to do is just over here you write the value of x0 should be taken as value of x1. Okay, then the y0 value should be taken as y1. Okay, similarly the x1 value should be taken as x2. Okay, and y2 value should be taken as y2. Okay, sorry, y3. Okay, x0, y0, x1, sorry, this is 2, this is x y1, sorry. Okay, अब ठीक है. Then the value of x3 should be taken as, sorry, x2 should be taken as, no, x0 हो गया, x1 हो गया, अभी x2 आएगा. x2 should be taken as x3 and y2 should be taken as y3. Okay, how about x3? अभी x0 हो गया, x1 हो गया, x2 हो गया, अभी x3 आएगा. सो x3 शुड बी टेकन एज x4. ओके, तो x4 हमने यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी कैलकुलेट किया हुआ है ये वाली लाइन में. ओके, एंड देन व्हाट अबाउट y3? y3 शुड बी टेकन एज y4, बट y4 तो हमने कैलकुलेट किया नहीं है. वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड y4 करेक्टेड. बराबर है. So here this should be y4 correct. Okay, so for the next cycle all the values they are now shifted. Okay, so now if you execute this you will get the second answer, that is 0.455. Okay, so the predicted value is 0.4553 and corrected value is 4555. Okay, so you can see 4553 की जगह मेरे इसमें 4 आया हुआ है and here the 555. Okay, so likewise if you see the program is working perfectly fine, and if you change the n value, okay, so right now it is working for only 2 points. So if I change it to let us say 5 points, so you can predict now the 5 consecutive points within just fraction of second. Okay, so that's the beauty of programming, right? So this is a very simple program. This entire portion from here to here, this can be taken as user input. Okay, so for this we have to write a very small code. Okay, so accordingly you can change it. Okay, so let me write it down. Let me go to the edit and let me क्लियर दिस. ओके, तो हमने क्या क्या डिलीट किया है? ऑल द वैल्यूज ऑफ x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, and then the value of n. Okay, so here I'll say printf enter say x and y values. Okay, this is a generalized statement, so I'll say printf. Okay, then I have to enter six values. ओके, इसको मैं काम करता हूँ. I'll write only x values. Okay, so here I have to read four x values, so I'll be writing percent f, percent f, percent f, percent f, four values of percent f. Okay, so here this will be address of x0. Okay, address of x1, address of x2, and address of x3. Sorry, scanner, sorry. All right, then I can copy and paste the same thing and replace the entire thing with y. Okay, so here I can say the y values. Okay, and here in place of x I'll just put y. Okay, and then lastly I'll simply say enter n. Okay, okay, done. So now let me save this. Okay, अब मुझे पूरा मैनुअल इनपुट डालना पड़ेगा. So I'll be running this only once. So this is 0, then 0.2, then 0.4, then 0.6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 values I have given. Okay, I'm pressing the enter key. Y values, one is 0, 0.0, second value is okay, third value 7, 795, and last value 1762. Okay, four values of y, and n value I'm just putting 2 because I just want to check the answers. So here you can see these are the answers. Okay, so if you want, you can modify this code, and in place of printing y4 predicted, you can just print y4 corrected only. Okay, so you don't have to print the value of y4 corrected. Oh, y4 predicted. Okay, so only the y4 corrected value will be now printed. Okay, is it clear to everybody now? A simple code, although it looks lengthy, but it's a pretty simple code. Okay. Yes, online students, are there any queries? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. So I'll be posting the recording in the group as well as the program as well as the notes as usual. Okay. So let me stop recording now.